Hi everybody, it's Claire back with a video for grafixarts.com. You can head to their website for more inspiration on the blog from other artists. In today's project I am using the Grafix Double-Tack film and Grafix Duralar matte two-sided film, and I'm working in the small mixed media 6x6 journal to create this project. So I'm going to be cards on the table here and be completely honest. This idea came from making a mistake with the Double-Tack archival film. So you can use that to create stickers. However, when I was creating one of my previous projects, I stuck the piece on that I wanted to use the wrong way. So the sticky side was on the side that I wanted to use. So in an attempt to make sure that I didn't waste the paper that I'd put the piece on, as you can see it's on the left there, I came up with another idea. So then I deliberately stuck the Double-Tack film onto the right side of the paper, the one that I wanted to use. And then came up with this idea of sticking a piece of Grafix Duralar on top. The matte one that I used created a lovely kind of subtle effect with the pattern showing through, and I was then able to work on top of it. So I'm just adding it on and burnishing it in place. It was lots and lots of fun. You can see this is the one that I've used, and it's this matte film. So when you peel the sticky layer off and stick it over the top, you can still see, oh, I'm struggling to peel it off here. You can still see the film, the pattern and the colours underneath are just not quite as vibrant. And so in effect, it's like having a background ready that you can then embellish and work on top. So I'm just going to flip that over, you can see. So one thing that I did find was that you need to give it a really good burnish. So I used a little tool for helping with stamping, and then I went over with my bone folder and just gave it a really good burnish just to make sure it was stuck down really well. And you can see in some places it does help those colours just kind of pop a little bit more. So I've got this kind of nice surface now where I can work onto it, and it's created that kind of lovely sheen as well. So you might think, well, why bother? Why not just work straight onto the paper? You can create all sorts of effects by doing this that you can't achieve if you work straight onto paper. And also, it kind of adds a bit more structure to the paper itself. So then I went to work just adding some details. I started doing a bit of stamping using black archival ink. That's a stamp that I've designed called Circle Marks, and just working onto it and adding more detail, so different stamps, different colours. I also used paint pens. That stamp set is from Darkroom Door. Any mark making set would work perfectly, or you can even just draw the marks on yourself if you wanted to. But I'm just kind of building lots of interest in the layers. So then what I thought I would do after I'd done that was to create these big pieces of interesting backgrounds and then cut them up to make them smaller. So a lot of you will know that you can create big, and when you make it small, it'll suddenly take on a new life. So that was what I was planning to do here. So these are just some different varieties of paint pens. This one I think that I'm using is a Sharpie, or it might even be Life of Colour. I've got a whole variety of ones from different places, you know, and I can't really say that there's one that's my favourite or performs better. They all just, you know, work really well like you would expect paint pens to work. This film that's over the top, the Duralar, the wet media one, is just accepting these really nicely, and it doesn't scratch off once it's dry, so it's there and it's in place and it dries really, really nicely. So I'm just going in and adding some more colours onto this piece just to kind of give some of these areas a bit more definition and a little bit more colour. So then, of course, I can use some of the patterns that are underneath and trace over the top of those and just bring those into the foreground a bit more. But it's nice that using this matte film over the top, it just pushes those colours on the paper behind into the background because they are lighter. And so what I'm creating on the front is more obvious, it is in the foreground more, it pulls forwards. So you could use this as a journal page if you wanted to, and then you could cut it up and stick it into a journal. There are so many possibilities of things that you can do with this technique. Okay, so now I'm going to cut it up. I want to make it smaller. I want to make little panels to go on my journal page. I'm going to be sticking them into the mixed media 6x6 journal from Grafix. I'm just using my cutter to kind of cut that into some smaller pieces. So here you can see I've cut them into panels. I thought I might do it a bit like that, and then I changed my mind. I spent a bit of time just auditioning the pieces, deciding on the sizes that I wanted to use, and then playing with the direction that the marks moved in. And this is the sort of idea that I finished up working with. So I just made some of the panels different sizes, different lengths, and popped them onto my page. And I was also looking at kind of mixing up the marks that were visible on the pages too. To fasten them into my journal, I could have used the Double-Tack film, again, created them like stickers. I actually just stapled them straight on. So I'm putting them on the pages in the journal that are... Let me just grab, I think they are the wet, yeah, they're the clear Duralar, and I'm just popping them onto those pages. So the great thing about using the Double-Tack on the back of these is that the patterns on the back of these pieces will still be visible through the reverse side of these pages. So then I am actually going to make some stickers. You can see I'm just like, my nails are far too long and I need my daughter to sort them for me. So I am actually making stickers now, and I really did have to proper think about this, not to get these wrong as well. Mistake. See, mistakes happen and it's okay, don't worry. So I've popped them down, face down onto the sticky side. I've cut out these two flowers. These are from a book by Paper Whimsy, which is called, I'm just trying to find it as well, a Dreamy canvas. You can get it off Amazon. It's got lots and lots of lovely bold images on there too, and I just thought these flowers worked really nicely. So here I've used the Double-Tack film to actually create stickers, and it has worked really nicely. So then I can just pop these straight onto the page. I don't have to faff about with glue, and these are also going to help those panels on the back to stay in place. A couple of quotes from the Art by Marlene Golden Oldie sticker book, and this page was pretty much finished. I did add a few more marks with paint pens, but there wasn't a lot more that needed to happen here, so these pages were done. I have loved playing with this Double-Tack film, so many ideas. These are the pages that I created in the small mixed media journal from Grafix. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you want more inspiration, you can head to grafixarts.com for more ideas from other artists on their website. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you again soon.